path today. Let me tell you, walking that path. Well, before we start talking about walking the path, I always like to share a little bit about what's going on at Rhythmia and what the magic of Rhythmia is. This place where people come, so many people come for their last chance. So many people come for because they don't have any place else to go. Like this is it. A lot of people come because they're interested. Somebody's heard something. Somebody friend recommended it to them. Some people want to change big things in their lives. Some people want to get a sense of their life purpose. Some people want to get a sense of what's next. Some people are in a life transition. Some people think they don't need it. They don't know why they're there. But here's the truth. We all always have a growing edge. We always have a growing edge. We always have something that's looking to emerge in our lives. And so Rhythmia is that place where so many people come and it's just beautiful. I've been teaching The Answer Is You at Rhythmia this week. And what's so brilliant is that the principles that we teach at Rhythmia work. And I've worked with literally thousands of people over the last 5.5 years, using these very basic, tried and true principles that are consistent with a lot of psychology and spiritual psychology, but it's also given from the medicine. So there's this synergy. So what are those principles? Those principles are that we come into this world whole and complete, that we are essentially whole and complete, but that something happens in our lives, typically between the ages of 0 and 10, where we tell ourselves something. And that something is usually like, oh, there's something wrong with me. And it's really simple. Like it's a story we tell ourselves. People say, oh, I had a great childhood. My family was great. My loving parents. That's true. That's great. But that's the mistake, is to think that trauma is being abandoned, or trauma is being molested, or trauma is being beaten, or trauma is the alcoholic father or mother. Those are all traumas. But trauma isn't what happened. Trauma is the story that we tell ourselves about what happened. And so we all, no matter how great your childhood was, it doesn't really matter, because there was always a moment in our lives where someone said something happened, and we said, I'm flawed. There's a crack. There's something wrong with me. Ooh, I don't belong. Oh, I'm not enough. Oh, I'm not safe. It's a story that we tell ourselves. And when we tell ourselves that story, it gets lodged into our subconscious. And so it frequently outpictures in our lives. It frequently outpictures in the issues of our lives. So Rhythmia and the medicine, what happens on the medicine and what happens at Rhythmia with the breath work and all of the modalities that we teach and use there, is that people get to see that moment. They either see the moment when the split happened, or they see what they have become as a result of the split. And that is a healing. It's a huge healing. It's a huge coming back together of ourselves. It's a huge acceptance of ourselves. We've been rejecting ourselves for so long. So Rhythmia is a place where you can come back together with yourself and stop rejecting yourself and stop fighting yourself. So that's a little bit about Rhythmia. You might notice that my energy is a little different today, and I'm honoring that. I think Mercury is in Gatorade or something. A dear friend of mine, or who I think of as a dear friend, Jen Stadini, said that one day, and I just thought it was very funny. And it's true. Something's getting stuck in some sticky, syrupy stuff right now, and I'm feeling it. And I really didn't, know what to do about this. Well, what do? I know what to do. I know what I do when I feel this way is I go to breath work. I go to some long, deep breaths. I go to meditation. Uh, I go to some good readings. So I wanted to share with you one of my favorite books by one of the most profound teachers I've ever read, Ernest Holmes. It's this thing called You. It's a great book. You can see I've had it for a while, and it's all dog-eared and marked up, and I got bookmarks in here. So I just like to turn to any page. I turn to this page. Let's see what Ernest Holmes has to say, because it's just brilliant. Life is a mirror reflecting your images of thought. If you see confusion in the mirror, don't blame the law of reflection. Don't even bother to blame yourself, but be willing to acknowledge that this confusion must be a reflection of your own consciousness. But, you may say, it is really a reflection of the confusion around me. Maybe so. But unless this confusion around you has found entrance into your consciousness, it could not be reflected in your mirror. No doubt, many of the reflections caused by the images of thought entertained through previous years of disappointment, uncertainty, and doubt. But this must not discourage you. Learn to sit at home with the cause, to reaffirm your position in life, to remold your consciousness, and you will see that the reflections will change. Just as a gardener pulls up old plants that no longer are desirable, so you will uproot the images of thought which you no longer wish to experience. You will plant new thoughts in your garden of your mind, and you will reap a new harvest. Okay, I'm telling you, Ernest Holmes is right on time, always. I just randomly opened up to this page, and it's just, for me, the perfect thing. I hope it's the perfect thing for you. He has a prayer here that we'll read, and then we'll do a little, I'm going to share with you a breath technique that I use when I'm feeling overwhelmed, like I'm feeling right now. So his prayer is, I know that I can make conscious use of the divine law of my being. I know that this law reacts immediately and creatively to my faith. Thanks, Raw Health Coach. Raw Health Coach just said, thank you for sharing your vulnerability. Ooh, Raw Health Coach, I'm raw. I know that this law reacts immediately and creatively in my path. I know that when I speak this word for myself, there is a direct reaction towards me. I know that when I speak it for others, there is a direct reaction towards them. There is no doubt or uncertainty in my consciousness. I identify myself with the good I desire. I have complete confidence that the law of good will respond to me by creating the object of this desire. I have a quiet contentment and an inner sense of peace. I have an enthusiastic sense of well-being. I know that all the power there is for me. I know that all the power there is for me. Can you guys, does anybody out there need to hear that today? I put on the whole armor of faith. Ooh, I'm putting on my armor of faith. I am free spirit. I am perfect life. I am in conscious union with the God who is right where I am. Thank you, Ernest Holmes. This man has been gone for many years from this earth plane. I'm putting another bookmark right there. That's how it happens. That was a good reading. But I still feel he's very active. He's been gone for many years from the planet, but I still feel he's very active. And what's amazing is, to me, that was exactly what I needed to hear. I'm putting on my whole armor of faith. So I want to share with you a breath technique that I use. I didn't come up with this. It's an ancient technique, but it's a wonderful technique that I use when I'm feeling overwhelmed by energy. I'm feeling like the energy's rising, and you just want to shake it up a little bit. Shaking is a good thing to do. But this breath technique really calms the mind. It calms. It's called left nostril breathing. And you simply block off your right nostril and breathe through the left. The left nostril, according to a lot of yogic traditions, is a very cooling breath. And it's the feminine side, it's the moon side. And so it's a calming. What is the feminine energetically is nurturing. So it's calming and nurturing, which is kind of what I'm feeling like I need right now. Anybody need some calming and some nurturing out there? All right. So here's what you do. Sit up straight. If you can put both feet on the floor or sit cross-legged, that's cool. We're going to do this for 3 minutes. So find a comfortable spot. Close your right nostril. Sit up straight, feet on the floor. Maybe take your left hand, thumb and forefinger together, palm up. And begin by just taking a deep breath in through your left nostril. Filling up the belly and then the chest. Suspend the breath for a beat and exhale through the left nostril. All the way to the bottom of the exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Long, slow, deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Continue breathing like this. I'm going to remove my finger from my nostril and talk for a moment while you continue to breathe. This process of shifting the energy follows the ancient wisdom of turning away from the problem and turning towards God, turning towards a source. Continue to breathe in and out through the left nostril, nurturing yourself, nurturing your inner masculine. It's the feminine mothering the masculine. Continue to breathe in and out. Feel your whole system calming down. Thoughts come and thoughts go. Exhale. Just a few more breaths. Last few breaths. Big, fullest inhalations and fullest exhalations yet. And we'll take our last inhalation all the way in. Biggest breath yet. And release the hand. Suspend the breath at the top. Hold. And slowly exhale. And allow the eyes to flutter open. Boy, that feels better. You guys feel better? I feel better. I'm so glad to share this with you because, sometimes we just start getting so wound up. Sometimes I just start getting so wound up. One thing happens, the next thing happens. I'm like, okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. And then it like piles up and piles up. And then there's that straw that broke the camel's back, right? And you just explode. That was my, that's how I feel. That's how I felt on the inside. So we just have to shift our energy and know that there is a silent partner within and all around us, this super consciousness that is all around us that can go places our consciousness can't go. Monica feels better. Hey, sister, I will reach out to you, by the way. I can't find where you texted me. I saw the notice, but I couldn't. Then I was like, it's not a messenger. Where was it? So send me a text on Messenger, Monica, because we can reach out. Thank you. Yes. So this energy that just builds and builds, and finally it gets to be too much, and we go to a compulsive behavior. I'm really proud of myself today that I didn't go to eating unconsciously or doing some compulsive behavior that was unconscious and trying to make me not feel. I've been really proud of myself today. I've felt it, all of it, and then coming here today to do the Facebook Live, I'm so grateful because it sort of forces you to be real, right? Like, I didn't want to get in here and be like, happy day, happy life, happy journey, everything's great. Oh. When I am that way, I really feel that way, and I didn't feel that way today. So thank you for the opportunity to be authentic with you. And thank you for being here. And I know that as we turn away from the problem, as we turn away from the issues that are causing, I know that as I turn away from the problems and as I turn away from the issues that are causing me any sort of upset or discomfort, and simply turn back to the breath, simply turn back to a deeper remembrance that Spirit's got us, that there's so much happening without us having to do anything. That if I'm patient enough and have faith enough, it will resolve itself. So I'm going to let this whole situation resolve itself. You guys got anything you want to resolve? Thank you, SoCal Spotlight. So appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to just wish you much, much love, peace, and richest blessings. We're going to have a good rest of the day. Breathe as often as possible. All right. Peace and richest blessings.